welcome back for the final episode of 2016. It is
Last one.
the last one this year. We've got a lot of things that we're thinking about, planning on. You know, there's been lots happen this year, just with our channel alone. Like we've seen, like we didn't expect to get 25 subscribers. We set a limit of we were going to do 20 videos, and then we decided we were having so much fun, like hanging out, just talking all the time.
Yep.
We talk for hours off camera, so when we get to come on camera, we're trying to say, you know, hey, we're going to spend 30 minutes or less just having a conversation, and it's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed some of our topics, like showing hard work. You know,
Yeah, that's a big one.
Getting recognition for it doesn't always happen, but when you do get that attaboy, you feel really good. Like it might have been the 10th time you've done the same thing, but to get recognition on that 10th time, it feels like all of your effort every time you've done it has finally come through. Like what are...
Well, I think for me, I kind of, you know, I enjoyed every time we have an episode where we talk about how an issue that we're seeing now in our lives is somehow affecting or making us think about how we want to be a parent. Like how do we want to change the way that we approach our own kids? And it's not always this earth-shattering thing. I mean, sometimes you feel very comfortable in the answer or the philosophy that you have as a parent, but sometimes you're faced with stuff in your life, and I think there's that deliberate effort to try to be a good parent and to try to make positive changes and try to learn from your mistakes sometimes. And
I honestly just resorted to violence. I mean, he's two. He can take a punch, you know. It's like I said, you know, get down.
Too much.
He wouldn't
Too
listen.
much.
He wouldn't listen. I swept the leg, dropped him off the table.
flying crane kick.
He's learning. I mean, he's hopping on one leg. I don't know if it's
Doesn't happen.
The Karate Kid's coming up next or something.
Doesn't
like a
happen.
Swan kick. No, I don't beat my child.
You don't sweep the leg?
Not unnecessarily. Anyways.
But I think that whole issue of trying to do the right thing as a dad, it's not something that you see, especially in current culture on TV. You know, the dad's always the bumbling fool. The dad's never trying on purpose to do a good job, it seems like. And I think one of the things we've talked about is that we're trying to make an effort to communicate. And yes, we're flawed, but we're trying to make an effort to communicate in a way that is positive. And I think we're also trying to think about the fact that we're creating something that can be in some ways inspirational for our own kids. I mean, my girls think my show is super boring.
Oh, for sure.
But on the Halloween episode where I talked about them and what they had done, and I had their pumpkin out there,
They got the old shout
they
out.
thought that was fantastic. Or when they were getting ready to go to school and we gave them the shout out, you know, they appreciated that. And that's something that doing this show together has made me be able to do, is put that message out there to them.
Yeah.
On YouTube. And my girls, despite them thinking my show is boring, they also think I'm famous, which I am ecstatic about.
Daddy's on TV. But that's, I mean, it's hard work. We've done a lot to minimize the amount of effort we actually have to put into this, because even though this is essentially, you know, a weekly vlog that we're doing, and mostly our watchers are friends, family, people we know, and I'm still not sure if we actually have any subscribers from anywhere else. I don't know who might have found us. I did mention at that one time that we were recognized. I was recognized.
That's kind of cool.
In my quote unquote studio by someone I was selling something to on a selling app. So it was the strangest thing. It brought, like, I was happy. I was really happy. I was like, wow, you recognize me from somewhere, and it's not like that wanted poster of that guy that kind of looks like me. That's awesome.
But that goes to one of the other things that we talk about a lot, which is hard work. We have built our very, very, very small channel through work, and we're not experts and we are using secondhand lighting, and we're using a camera on a cell phone, and we are doing our best to look at the camera and not fidget too much and not wave our hands all over the place and stay in frame and speak clearly, because we want to produce good content for you guys, but also because it's a way for us to be creative. And I think it's really important in life to pursue that creative activity and not be afraid of.
You got to produce something.
You've got to. Like, I really felt when we started this channel, I felt not embarrassed, but almost like worried, I guess, that someone that I worked with would see it.
I had the same problem.
And I would feel embarrassed because I hadn't said something right, or they wouldn't agree with one of my opinions. And now I can say, when I'm getting my hair cut, or when, I'm talking to somebody at work, and they'll bring up something about, oh, I got underwear for Christmas. I'm like, that is going to be a topic on my show. And they're like, what do you mean your show? I said, go on Google, check out Two Brothers Off Script. And they'll do it, and they will tell me that that's a cool thing that I do that. Yeah. They don't care that I have just a few subscribers or that my videos are too long.
I think I got the opposite reaction. I mean, a few people have been interested, mostly curious, but then watching a video that we produced with people I know while I'm watching their reactions to them watching me it's unnerving. I was very embarrassed. But then I said, look, you got control of the mouse right now, so I'm not even going to worry about it. It's just what's happening in the background, and they're trying to get a rise out of me, and I'm not going to let that happen. So I stepped away from that confrontation, and I said, you know what, it's fine. Everybody has a right to this. I'm putting this out here for myself.
Absolutely.
And if anything happens because of it, you know what, that's a choice that I made, and I think it's it's a good choice that we've decided to do this thing, and we're not gonna.
We haven't, and I'll say this. I know, like, there's limits on what we're supposed to talk about or not. We haven't made any money from producing this show at this point.
Are we not allowed to tell people?
I don't know what you could say. Like, you have to be like vague, okay? But we haven't made any money.
Okay.
And I can say that, right?
I don't want to get banned or deleted or flagged.
I don't know
anymore.
But we haven't made any money. But what we have done is we've very, very slowly invested in small things that we can do, because our families are our first priority, and so we've been able to cobble together.
Everything you see here is
really inside his garage.
There's no real green screen, just in case anyone was confused by our previous comments about that. It's all stuff from the house. I mean, the only thing that I've added to this entire setup that I didn't already have was like a $2 light from Goodwill. That was it. Everything else has been stuff I've pulled together and stapled to various parts.
And we're not talking about that to be impressive, but we're talking about that from a standpoint of talking about hard work, talking about the effort that it takes to be successful in life is a core message of the things that we talk about, because it's something that I think for both of us kind of defines.
We have mugs.
Oh, we do have mugs. That also defines us. And they change from week to week usually.
Yeah,
but we're trying to learn how to be creative, but we're also trying to learn how does social media work in terms of tagging and what we put in the titles and descriptions and stuff like that. So we're trying to make an effort. The thing you can do to help us is you can subscribe, you can share our content, you can make a comment. Those are things that help us show up in search results. You can share our video to Facebook. And those are things that do help us. And that's why we add them to Facebook, and that's why we put that stuff out there.
Yeah, I was talking to a guy earlier about some beer on...
Oh, yeah. On the 25 Beers of Christmas one.
Thing. And, that's over now. I've done that, and it's now New Year's, and...
You're done for a while.
I'm done with that for a while, at least until I come up with something else to do. I was thinking I could just do a video... me doing pull-ups, Anybody want to watch that? You gotta like and subscribe and thumbs up and write a comment. and I will do that. I will debase myself for you people. I will do it. No, but that's, our channel is going to continue to produce content that we enjoy. We're here for ourselves. I guess this is kind of selfish, but we're here, like, thank you, fans, for everything you've done for us and buying my mansion that I've transported to. No, it doesn't exist in that format. So this is just still for us to do, and we get to share it, and that's a lot of fun. But this year, as it's coming to a close here in a few short hours, really. I mean, we're counting down now, about 25 hours to go, right? So.
Yep. I would say this, because I know we need to transition, but
He mentions the transition we're going to transition to.
I know we need to transition. We have to stay on timer too. But I think, from looking at it from a standpoint of, we started talking in Denny's 7 months ago, after I moved back to this area 9 months ago, and meeting for breakfast once every 2 weeks and having a conversation about life, which was really a way for our relationship to improve, because we haven't lived by each other for a really long time. And so as our relationship got better, the idea of trying to do something that was creative together was completely different.
Someday we'll build that playset.
Someday.
Yeah.
And so, someday. Next year I better build that playset.
Yeah.
So, we've taken a conversation at Denny's, made the minor emotional leap to try. And from that effort, we have a small channel with something like 4,000 minutes of created videos and almost 1,000 views, or whatever it's up to. I don't know.
We've got numbers
and
in places.
But the thing there is that for you guys to have made the decision to click a button, even if it was because I asked you to, or because Ryan asked you to, or because your family, or because you're a friend, you've made the decision to do that, and people have tuned in, and people have watched, and people have made comments, and I'm very grateful for that feedback, because it's something that I appreciate, and I can look at a year's worth of effort, and it took a lot of hours, and I can say that was a successful time, because at the end of that year, I think our relationship is better.
Yeah.
And I think we've talked about real issues in a format, like you said, that makes us happy and that we're proud to make.
Yeah.
So, you're gonna have a happy New Year? Gonna have a happy?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, that's something that a lot of people have asked me lately, and that was a transition, by the way.
That was it.
Yeah. So people will say, have a happy New Year.
Sure.
And that's not really like a suggestion. I think that it's kind of we're defining it by, the clock will continue to tick over the minutes and the hours until we reach a new calendar date. But have a happy New Year. I mean, like, all 365 days, can I have one bad day? I mean,
I think you can. Yeah.
I'm pretty much going to start with Sunday and then see what happens the next day, and then maybe Tuesday's a bad day. I got to go back to work on Tuesday. Thankfully, I get Monday off as kind of an observance or something.
That's probably a fair ask.
Yeah, so I'm going to have a happy Sunday, and we'll see what happens from there.
That's good.
What do you? What's your plans for the following?
My big plan is no more glamorous than clean the garage and hang out with my family. Yeah. We've had the Christmas season is my super busy season. Phenomenal time at work. Lots of great things happen. Did a lot of stuff. Sent a lot of things to a lot of people for Christmas, and I hope a lot of people had a good Christmas as a result of the work of my team. And they should get all the credit for the hard work that they did. But I'm really excited for the next year to see if we can continue to grow this as a creative effort, but also just because, from a lifestyle perspective, life's good, right? We live in an amazing country. We live in an amazing time for technology. Things are changing all the time. And despite there being problems in the world. There's always been problems in the world, and I'm going to choose to focus on the good stuff. And I'm excited for the new year that's coming. I'm going to have a hell of a good time to the best of my ability.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have fun doing it.
Me, I'm pretty much in the same boat. I have what you can see on camera right now is the only part of this garage that's clean. Behind me, or behind you, I should say, from your perspective, it would be a wall, a mountain about 8 feet high of junk, work, and things that need to be organized and put in place and cleaned up, and cardboard boxes from the presents broken down. Like, why does a company who ships out packages every day of the year put 14 air pillows and two small, like a sock or something, will go into a box with 14 air pillows?
Sure.
And then the box is very large for the interior package. You think, wow, I got something cool. Or
why does this happen to everyone?
Or you think, no, I'm just wasting a lot of wrapping paper because a lot of cubic inches to cover for such a small object. But yeah, as long as the package itself doesn't get stolen off your front porch, it's always a good thing. So mine didn't get stolen. I've got a lot of cardboard boxes to break down, recycle, and repurpose, and got a kitchen to finish. That's going to be coming up in the next couple of weeks.
Yep.
Painting the kitchen. Colors look good, but it's not quite done yet. So
That'll be we'll talk about remodeling one of these episodes.
remodeling is
a pain in the butt.
It's a never-ending thing as a homeowner, because I'm never quite happy with exactly the layout or exactly the scheme of a room. So I'm always working on kind of trying to improve, not my station, but just my surroundings. I really want to be comfortable wherever I'm at, so I'm constantly rearranging because I'm never comfortable. And that's just, I think that's me. I mean, I know our parents could attest to when I was young, I'd rearrange my bedroom every day. A lot of our guests here in my house will say, wasn't that in a different spot the last time I was here? And as the chairs move and the fixtures move and the entertainment center moves and paintings move, everything moves. I just like change on that stuff. So
It'll be busy.
I'm going to be busy every day of the year.
I think beyond looking forward to the future of our channel and the future of a year, my biggest stuff is definitely going to be, I've got school coming up, and I've got kids going into, in school and out of school, and all the things that go on with a big family. And my wife and I are doing another adoption next year, which we're really excited about. So that'll be, we're going to go to China and do an adoption from China middle of next year. So that's going to be the big event, and that'll be another big change for our family. So we're excited. But guys, thank you so much for taking the time to sit with us for a minute. I hope that you have your own aspirational goals for the new year. I hope you will continue to watch and subscribe and share, and please tell us if you like or don't like what we're doing. And we do see those comments right now.
Yeah, we're desperate for them. I'll talk to you. I will respond.
So we do appreciate the effort for watching, and I just want to personally thank you for taking the time to do it. So,
yep. Thank you.
For us here at Two Brothers Off Script, I'm Jerry.
I'm Ryan. Have a happy new year, or just take it one day at a time.